What's up, everybody? Adam here with eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Kuat Sherpa on our 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So this one right here is the gray version, but you can also get it in pearl, which is my favorite, or you can get black as well. So if you want a bike rack to kind of match your vehicle, the Sherpa is going to give you some options. So that's kind of cool. So this is going to get 2 bikes to and from your destination. It's going to come with a bike lock, which is cool. So we just have a little slot right here. It'll come with a little cable. It's not going to store here, but you just have to figure out where to put it when you're not using it. And it just wraps around your stuff and then puts it in the rack right here, which is kind of cool. It has its own little spot for it. And another thing about this is it is going to tilt with the bikes installed, which isn't really something we can utilize with the Wrangler, but there's a big lever here. I really like how big it is. That's kind of nice. So it's really easy to do. But since we have a hatch that it's mainly just a door, we're really not going to be able to do this. But if you wanted to, you can get a swing away system. Swing away system is also going to kind of extend from your hitch, which you're going to need an extender anyway. So if you want to be able to completely swing this bike rack out, you can access the back. So that's something I would definitely add to this setup because it's really, really cool and it's going to impress all your Jeep buddies. So let's go ahead and lift this up. And this is going to have a capacity of 40 pounds per bike. So some of your heavier bikes, you're definitely not going to be able to get to them, especially the electric bikes. I don't really think there's an electric bike that's under 40 pounds, but if so, you can use it with it. Just make sure to not haul them with your batteries. And we are going to have a wheelbase of 47 inches, which is basically from the center of your one wheel that hits the ground to the center of your other wheel. And with our wheel hook, this is going to be great for some of those carbon fiber frame bikes. And this right now is going to accept from 25 inches all the way up to 29 inches. But if you do have some kids bikes, there is an adapter that comes with it. It just goes right here and it's just going to fill that gap, and that'll bring it down all the way to 20 inches. So it's going to work with the kids bikes. It's going to be great for your carbon fiber bikes. So now let's go ahead and take it off the rack. In the back, we just have like this little strap, and all we got to do is just push this in. And I always start with this just because this strap doesn't really hold the bike upright, just prevents that vertical movement. And then over here, this is when we want to put our hand on our bike so it doesn't fall. And then we just press this in. Big lever, easy to do. Goes up, folds out, and we're good to go. So now you can take a look at the rack, get a little closer look. So we're going to have on one side where our wheel hook is. We can fold this in. And then this is just going to fold down just like that. So that's kind of cool. It's not a fixed step. So we go like this. It's real low profile. And then over here, just like on that side as well, it's the same. This is going to pivot. So that's going to help get some of those longer, shorter wheelbases that you may have. And that's always nice because it just gets that custom fit to your bike, which I really like. So now that that's done, let's do some measurements. I am going to measure from the center of the hitch bin hole, not from our bumper, just because we do have the extension in. And this bike rack isn't the only rack that you're going to need an extension. All bike racks with a Jeep Wrangler with a spare tire, you're going to have to do it. So it's not just this bike rack. So we're going to add about 35 inches without the extension. And with the extension, we're going to add about 43 inches. But we can cut that down a little bit. But first, I wanted to show you, we do have a rise in our shank. So if you are off-roading with your Jeep, which a lot of you guys like to do, this is going to give us about 27 inches of ground clearance from the outermost section, but then also about 19 inches from our shank. So now, let's see if we can cut this length down a little bit. The same exact lever that we use for the tilt feature, you just use for that. And then from the center of the hitch bin hole to the end of the knob is 18 inches, and then from the bumper to the end is about 25.25 inches. And with this knob, what this does is it prevents you from having to use tools to get the anti-rattle device activated. So I really like that. All you really got to do is, as I start to loosen this up, you see all the play. That's what you usually get with a bike rack that doesn't have an anti-rattle. But as we start to tighten this up, there's no more play. So that's really cool. You're not going to hear it and your bikes aren't going to feel it. And as you can see, the whole entire car is moving and there's no rattling noise or anything like that. All I can really hear is these keys dangling. And that's another thing that comes with the kit, is a lock. So you can lock your bike rack to your hitch and you can lock your bikes to the rack. So everything's going to be nice and safe. And they are going to be key to like, which is cool. But other than that, all you really need for this is just a 2-inch hitch. You need a 2-inch hitch receiver, but also you're going to most likely need an extension. If you don't have a spare tire on the back of your Jeep, you really don't have to worry about it. But if you are needing to get an extension, just get the swing away. I did the video on the swing away. It's just super cool. Whenever we go to these different trailheads and stuff and see you guys with these Jeeps and all the bikes all hooked up, a couple guys have the swing away system and they can get all their stuff ready on the back of their Jeep, and all the other guys with the Jeeps are just kind of sitting on the ground or in a chair or something like that. So get the swing away system with this and it's going to look really cool. You'll impress all your Jeep buddies. But other than that, that's basically it for a look at the Kuat Sherpa on our 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
Here on our test course, we'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Once we get to the alternating speed bumps, we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or a pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Now lastly, we're going over some full speed bumps, and we can see here the up and down action, and this will just be like driving in and out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway. So we can see here how the bike rack moves with our truck.